Weather's turning wintry, guys. Don't want to be hurting. I didn't close them. So, what we had today, well, my daughter stayed last night with the youngest granddaughter. It's not chucking it down, it's just like a real fine sort of drizzle at the minute. It's yeah. So yeah, stayed with the granddaughter, so I've got this cot to put away. Well, I think I'm taking it downstairs because I've got the other young granddaughter staying tonight, I believe. Yeah, it's been, it's just been one of them weeks. It's been a bit hectic, really. I suppose if you follow my Instagram, you'll have seen that I've been to, I went to the skate park. I can't remember what day that was now. Tuesday, Wednesday, possibly Thursday. No, it wasn't Thursday. I can't remember. Or was it Thursday? It might have been Thursday. I can't remember. Been sort of a fair bit on and off, really. I mean, I took the grandson to the skate park because he wanted to try out his new birthday present, because we all clubbed together and got him one of these rather expensive stunt scooters, which he absolutely loves. He's over the bloody moon with it. So also, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I've been to Brid. I just went to see my dad for a bit. So we'll cue the footage on that for now anyway, because I'm still trying to, I had a bit of a rough night because I was up a fair bit during the night for the wife and that, so watch this footage. Still raining. Pretty much I think it's time to go off to town now, actually. It's not very nice in the this weather. It's just getting all grey and sort of depressing, so wind's picking up again. Bonfire night last was, well, it's actually tonight, but of course people were celebrating Saturday night. That's when all the displays were on, so yeah, I didn't really get any footage from that, so, but anyway, because I took the smallest setter. No, hang on, took them out. Oh, I can't remember. We took the eldest grandkids out to Brid yesterday, putting 2p's in the slot machines, all that sort of stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, it was an okay day out. Took them for McDonald's, and then they got a pizza when I took them home, stuff like that. So yeah, it was quite a good day out, I think, but yeah, get off the town anyway. Right, so I don't know how long this battery's going to last now, guys. It was showing us a little bit on the flat side. It's got 1 bar, so it could go flat on us part way through this recording, and I'll find out when I get home. So, yeah, it's been a fairly busy week on and off in many ways. Like I say, I've been grandkids and stuff like that, and I think we're having the second youngest one tonight. I'm not sure. You never know what's going down really for me. So yeah, but yeah, the winter weather is definitely on its way. I mean, I think the weather forecast was quoting a low of -2 for today. And a high of, was it something like 10 or 9 or something like that. Going by the car, it is now 7 degrees outside. So, you know, it's getting there. So yeah, it shouldn't be long before we start to see some snow, ice, morning frost. I think it was actually trying to snow a little bit one day earlier in the week. But yeah, it's just been a bit sort of drizzly today, really. Started out nice and then got drizzly. I think the weather forecast was saying sun tomorrow, but we shall see. Best weather forecast is your window. When you wake up on a morning, have a look out of it. That way you know what the weather's like at that time. There's no point in trying to predict something that you've got no control over. So yeah, I was trying to get a time-lapse before, actually. Earlier this morning I intended to do like a small one on my little contraption rig, if you like. But what actually happened was I had a piece of board around, a piece of flat smooth board that I was using for the dolly to sit on. And, oh excuse me, the dolly needs a good flat smooth surface. That's the problem with it, and I couldn't find it. I don't know what's happened to it. So I tried it on the concrete outside, picked the smoothest spot, which obviously just limited the scope of what I could do a bit more, but it wouldn't have it. It was really struggling to push the weight over the bumps in the little sort of like bumps and dents in the concrete, so it didn't really work. So that footage is gone. Got rid of it. Yeah, the battery life on this thing is probably one of its biggest downsides, to be fair. I mean, they quote, I'm sure they quote about 5 to 7 hours out of a battery. Now obviously it depends on what type of footage you're collecting and what have you at the time, you know, and how you have your displays set up. I think this is going to drop its battery any time, actually, but yeah, I've been getting much less than that, much less. So I will, as soon as I can, buy one of those 2 battery and an external charger packs, I think, to help boost battery life, because otherwise I'm really going to sort of struggle. I mean, it's not so bad when I'm just out and about locally, because it means that when I get home I can stick this straight on charge, take the SD out and start messing with that. But you know, if you wanted to go out for the day, you would need a way to charge it or something, or just have some spare batteries, like I say. So if I can have sort of like 3 fully charged batteries with it, then that's really going to extend the amount of footage that I can get from it. But yeah, I think this will just about make it home. I'm not far off now, but we shall see. So yeah, I'm using the external mic again. Thought I'd give it another go. The trouble is it's mono, and obviously when you load into Final Cut it automatically starts picking stereo, and usually you have to boost the loudness, and it Final Cut doesn't detect any external noise. The front display's gone off, so I don't know if it's still recording. The lights say it is, but it doesn't mean it is. So yeah, Final Cut picks it up as stereo sound, but you have to flick it to mono normally to make it work better. Mono central sort of thing, so you obviously get it in both ears rather than just one. But I want to see how this they're supposed to be working on a stereo micro SJ cam, and I was looking into getting one of them adapters, but apparently SJ cam only allow the use of their own microphone. They do two. One's got a little flexible boom thing on the end of it, so you can bend it around, and the other is just the one that I've got. Not a lot of difference between them really. So and they don't seem to do any sort of other microphone, which is a shame, because I was thinking of trying, you know, maybe my Rode video mic go through an adapter, but they don't seem to allow it. So I asked online on Amazon. One person just, well, it should do, and then another person said, I'm afraid not now. It could just be they wanted to sell you an SJ cam mic, I don't know, because they seemed quite sort of definite about it, as if they were sort of somebody from SJ cam telling me that it wouldn't work. So I'm not sure. I could do with getting some information sort of outside of Amazon really, if I can. So anyway, I'm back now, guys, pretty much, and I will be back with you shortly. So it's 7:30. Yeah, it's been quite a day. So anyway, one of the annoyances that I had during the week was one of my vlogs actually got hit with a copyright claim. I haven't been struck for it or anything like that, it's just I've got a copyright claim against probably one of the better performers as usual. It was the one with the Tour de Yorkshire in it, and so I went and checked it out and went and followed up the links that I'd put underneath, you know, for SoundCloud and stuff like that for the artist. And it would appear basically that everybody that's used it will be getting hit with the same strike, basically. It's not a strike, it's a claim. They haven't asked for it removed or anything like that. It's just a case of they'll now be making any advertising revenue from it. I've forgotten the name of the company that had claimed it now, but it wasn't the artist, it was some company. So he's probably sold the rights or whatever, and this company's now going around putting claims in on every video that's using it. Annoying. At first I thought, well, I'll send up the fair usage thing, and then I thought, no, I'll just delete the video, and there's nothing you can do about it other than do one of those things. And sometimes you put the claim in, sometimes it, you know, the fair usage one, it'll either go through or it won't. And it was, you know, when I followed the links and that, it basically had gone from SoundCloud. It doesn't exist as a track on there anymore. So anybody that's used it will be getting hit with the same thing. So yeah, I just probably won't use any of that artist's tracks anymore. You know, it's annoying. I think, to me, it's a case of, if it was free when it went up, then it's free for life as far as I'm concerned. That is the way it should be. You shouldn't have to be constantly watching your back for somebody buying the rights to a track and then putting copyright claims on everybody's videos or whatever. Very annoying. So yeah, I just won't be using his tracks anymore. It's as simple as that. But yeah, it was the one with Tour de Yorkshire in it. It's quite a bit back now, earlier this year. And then I had another one. I had another one that was demonetised, actually. Or, well, it wasn't totally demonetised. It was not suitable for all advertisers, is what it said. and it's the title obviously that's done it. At first I thought change the title, and I thought no, because there's nothing intended in it, but the title was Wood Erection on the video, going back a bit now. It's quite an old one. So yeah, that sort of, yeah, that threw me a bit, that. Yeah, you can see why they're saying that, but yeah, I thought I'm not changing the title of it. So I just asked for a review. I mean, obviously, what they do is it's a manual review where somebody from YouTube will sit and watch the video. So chances of mine getting seen to pretty slim. You know, all your big creators are constantly hitting that button at the minute because of the light of what's been going on with that sort of stuff. Yeah. And then to cap it off today, after I'd finished recording before, and I was about to put my chicken in the oven at the time, and I can't remember why. I just said to the wife, I said, you know, it's getting cold in here, and the easiest way to check that we've still got gas running is to just turn on one of the hobs, and you got like a second of flame, and then it went out. So I went and checked the meter. And basically what's happened is the battery's gone flat on the meter, so we then had to ring up the company, and they said, oh, somebody be with you by 8 p.m. As it happens, he's been and gone. He came out from Hull, actually did the engineer. I mean, they'll be on a good price, you know. A Sunday evening call out, he'll be getting good money for it, I would have thought, but it's not the point, is it? It does sort of disturb your evening, but of course we couldn't have managed through with the wife and the granddaughter here, so yeah, yeah, he came out and he just swapped the battery in it. It only takes him a few minutes. I mean, it's the driving that'll have taken him the time. You know, the battery swap, I think he was outside at the meter for about 10 minutes, something like that. So yeah, I reset the boiler and we've got heating back on, and boiler's still running, actually I can hear it. And we've got the gas back, but by that time it was too late to do anything, actually. So yeah, what I did, because I mean I was about to turn the hobs on as well, of course, to start doing things like my veg and stuff like that. So basically what I did in the end was I was thinking, oh, I'll just pop out to a chippy and get some chips to go with the chicken. But in the end I just did oven chips. So we had chicken with oven chips and gravy. Not the most palatable chips in the world, but it did the meal, I suppose, didn't it? You know, you've got to do what you can, I suppose. So yeah, it's been an awesome week, really. What else was I was going to go to the Kit Plus show, which is on Tuesday in Manchester. I'm not so sure that I'm going to go now. It's the fuel more than anything. I've got the time. You know, I think it opens doors at 10:30. It's free, but you get to go and see all like the who's who in the cinematography world and cameras and what have you. So all your big manufacturers there. It was Sony who sent me the invite, really, via one of their emails. So you know, I could have gone and seen, you know, all like the latest Sony cameras, Panasonic cameras, all that sort of thing. You know, Canon, all the big names basically in camera were going to be there, or are going to be there. So, and then it was a toss-up between that and another one on the same day was in London, was the drone show, which I could have gone to that as well. And that was another free event, but again, it's the whole travel situation. I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to afford the fuel side of it. So, because London, chances are I'd have hopped on a cheap train or something. I'm not sure that I'd have bothered driving all that way. Manchester, there's not a lot in it really, to be honest. It's what, from Manchester for me, I suppose, to be on the lean side, is probably about 3 hours or something like that. London would have taken me best part of 5 to central London, I suppose. But yeah, so like I say, I'm not sure that I'll be going now, but if I do, then I'll try and get some photographs at least, you know, maybe a bit of footage, see how things go. It's yeah, I mean, you know, I just fancied going to something, you know. I haven't really sort of gotten away from life for a bit now, so it would have been nice to just go and do something like that, I suppose. But yeah, so render is slow this week. Not sure why, it's extremely slow this week. But I did have some trouble with Final Cut yesterday, where it kept basically just immediately just shutting down on me, just crash. I'm not sure why that was or anything, but I'm expecting there'll be some fixes to that, because of course it's getting an update very soon. That and Motion. Yeah, Motion 5 will be getting an update at the same time. We're supposed to be getting, I've been following the blogs and what have you, because of course they've just had the Final Cut Creator Summit in America, where all your big editors and what have you go to Apple, and they get to see, they get hands on basically with all the latest software and that. And I know we're getting, they're getting some 360 editing within Final Cut, so you don't need any extra plugins, which is interesting for all the 360 creators out there. I mean, I've not had my hands on a 360 camera yet. And also one of the other big things is the changing the colour grading section of it. They're adding some colour wheels and what have you. So it'll be a new workaround for the whole colour grading and what have you, which is interesting. So yeah, look forward to that. And that's about it, guys. I can't think of anything else. Sure there was something else. I'm always sure there's something else. Oh, excuse me, that's my chicken repeating. Or the chips. Yeah, I'm sure there was something else, but I can't quite remember what it was. It was quite funny actually, just before the neighbours were setting off some fireworks. And the dogs, they just go out and go crazy out there, basically. So I called them in. You know, it doesn't really bother them. They just go and start barking about it all. But the granddaughter was interested. She came and stood at the back door, and she was sort of, when a rocket would initially go off, she was all sort of like that. But then she actually really enjoyed watching them. She was watching it all the way up and watching it explode and everything, and she quite enjoyed them actually. And then after she'd had enough, she pushed me back in and then shut the door. That was it. That was telling me she'd had enough. So I've got the remains of a bit of yoghurt on the shirt here at the minute. She wanted a yoghurt, and then she decided she hadn't had enough, went to the fridge and got another one. So she's had 2 small yoghurts, you know, just a little Fromage Frey pot. She likes those. So yeah, she's now finally asleep, and I can hear the wife sleeping as well. So yeah. Oh dear. So yeah, I can't think of anything else. There was yeah, it's been a fun weekend, fun filled. I've still got the car to clean out actually from the older grandkids yesterday, and some of the bags and what have you that we take along with us, they're all still in the car. So yeah, I've got all that to empty out. I'll do it tomorrow now. I can't be bothered. I've got one more venture out into the cold air tonight, and that's just to take my wheelie bins around the front, and that's it. So yeah, I can't think of anything else, guys, so I will call it a day. So as usual, do take care of yourselves. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers guys, see you.